Hello, 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 hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? All right, so we're doing a mic check. Everything's doing well. All right, guys. So sorry about that here. Let's see here. Looks like Al came from church all dressed up. Kind of late church, guys, right? I mean, they do have those. I've been to them. They're pretty fun. Looking shy. I appreciate you guys. I was supposed to have a meeting, but unfortunately it was canceled. So, that's why I'm dressed up. So I said, you know what? When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, right? So we're going to go ahead, and we have a lot to talk about doing Clover to Retirement. What's going on Sunday? Fun day. Calm before the storm. My kid, who's a proud owner of 18,400 shares, has been asking me about earnings. You're a good father. You're a good father. You know what's funny? Your kid probably has more shares than a lot of people that are adults. In fact, your kid has held his shares and probably has a lower average than Chamath Palihapitiya. All right. Very nice review at Yahoo Finance. We good. Financials finally looking sharp. Appreciate you guys. All right. So in this video, we're going to have a lot to talk about. Lots to talk about in this video. Okay. So if you haven't realized, just we released a deep dive. I think about like 14 pages for free to the public. For folks that have not seen this yet, I recommend, we're going to go over it right now in the video, right? I recommend going to Twitter, giving us a follow here, but here's the document, and I'm not really good at Twitter, or X, so I apologies. I think I did this right. So we have a thread, and we have a one, and then here's the first page. Then I reference Vivek here, and here's the second page, and then it goes all the way down to the 17th page. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about in today's video. Lots to talk about, and then we're going to do a little bit of market analysis. We're going to talk about, most importantly, Twig Health. I think this is a very undervalued news that just circulated. If you don't recall, let's go back. If you go to very quickly, if we go to Peter and you go back to one of his posts, he talks about mergers and acquisitions 2 days ago, and he's talking about how look for opportunities to achieve cost savings, improve efficiency, increase market share. Now, I'm not saying that Clover's going to buy out Twig, but it's something to entertain, right? So we're going to talk about that, okay? So we'll mention that, and then we'll go ahead and do some analysis. And I'm trying to think of kind of what's the best order to do this. Here's right now Clove on Friday. Remember, the market, if you don't recall, wow, really slow today. I don't know what's going on with the computer here. If you don't recall, I think I really need to restart my computer. My computer's tired. The market was down, one of the worst days in 2025. Let me know if the video is clear and you guys can hear me effectively, because my computer's a little showing some signs of age, which is interesting given that it's pretty new. But okay. You can see the market's been pretty down, and healthcare surprisingly is the least negative at 0.73. Here's the advanced stock terminal here. But yeah, so the market was pretty down. And if you look at Humana's down to 5.67%, while Clover's down less. United Healthcare is down 7.17% from the video we talked about regarding Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman posted again. We'll talk about it potentially tomorrow. But Bill Ackman, I know, I've studied Bill my whole life. And when Bill Ackman has a mission, let me tell you something, okay? There's a couple people that you don't mess with in this world, right? You don't mess with Elon Musk, right? Because when Elon Musk wants something and you stand in front of Elon, just get ready, okay? Another person who's like that is Bill Ackman, right? When Bill Ackman starts something, he will not stop until that objective is finished. He is really a commander and chief, hopefully in the future, soon to be. The guy's very, very strong. And when he's really upset at United Healthcare, he's he's really pissed off, and we're just going to see this thing. I think United Healthcare is going to continue going down. I mean, this thing's literally crashing right now. I mean, do you see this? I mean, this thing. I mean, look at this. This thing's going. I mean, we're about to get to 2020 levels soon. Who knows? Oh, that'll be terrible, right? So, let me tell you really quickly. You could see it. Uh, Holy moly! I mean, this is it's dropping, right? So, we'll talk about that. Let's see here. So now let's talk about this. So Twig released this. I was hesitant to jump on the discussion and open up my mic and talk about it before I actually understood it. And I have a 14-page paper to talk about it. Again, this is the 14-page. It's pre-released to give you a taste of what elite due diligence means. Okay. Another thing that I want to talk about is we also released a SoFi deep dive for free. Okay. We also released a Tesla deep dive. The Tesla deep dive is, as you can see here, is man, this computer is really slowing. You know what I need to do? Let me go and put this here. I'm trying to, yeah, man, this computer, holy moly, because the stock terminal having that many tabs open really slows it down. You can see it here. It's slow. It's slowing down here. Can you guys hear me? Am I clear? Let me know if you guys can hear me. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to maneuver this and just switch out the tabs to save memory, which is kind of weird because I have 96 gigabytes of RAM. We already talked about this, so I'm going to exit this. I should have restarted the computer. Sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Look at that. It's like weird. I've never had this issue before. Okay. All right. So we have a and again, this by itself is taking about 600 megabytes because there's like a lot of photos here. There's like 600 megabytes just on this page. There's about 39 pages of a deep dive on Tesla. So we're giving you a taste of what actual due diligence looks like. You can see it all for free on the Al Stock Trades Twitter. I'm going to exit this so it saves memory because this by itself has 338. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead without further ado. Let's go ahead and talk about Twig. Okay. So let's start here. So they went ahead and they did a pilot study and they found a couple things. They doubled the engagement rate for members post-discharge. So when patients get discharged from the hospital, there's a bit of like a kind of a blank period between where the patient has to physically go to their primary care doctor. And it really is a burden on the patient. The patient has to take the lead in their own healthcare. And it's unfortunate that our healthcare system is structured this way. To a point where sometimes I've seen patients, especially in the lower socioeconomic sector, which is what Clover primarily focuses on, given their members, that patients end up basically getting their diuretics, the furosemide, and their swelling and their hospitalization emergency is done, to where they're instructed to go to the pharmacy to get the pill instead of the one that goes in your veins, right? But they don't do that. So they just continue swelling up at home because they don't have access to a car. They may not be healthcare literate. They might not even be able to speak good English. And unfortunately, it's really sad because then these patients swell up again and they go to the hospital. But the problem is the hospital is very expensive, right? So it's cheaper for them to go to their primary care provider. So if they're able to double the engagement rate with members post-discharge, then that'll actually help decrease readmission rate, readmission is just a fancy word of basically saying if a patient's discharged from the hospital, if they come back, that's readmission. And actually they get dinged for that, right? And it calculates in the star ratings, which is why Clover's investing in it, right? Because it helps ultimately with stars. Double the number of post-discharge in-home visits. That's actually pretty good by the Clover nurse practitioners. That's really good because it tells Clover which patients need them the most. And cut the average time from discharge to in-home visits by 50%. So let's say it takes 10 days for a patient to be seen by a in-home visit after getting discharged from the hospital. Instead of 10 days, it'll, let's say, for example, be 5 days. That's a big deal because those patients really need help, okay? And if we can essentially be able to shorten that duration between the limbo period of them being discharged from the hospital to seeing someone, that is incredibly useful because then you'll be able to give them their medications. The nurse will be able to review their discharge plans. And then the patient might say, I don't know what meds to take. They told me I need to take all these meds, but I don't know what to do. I wasn't listening. I was tired. And they'll be able to help them. So it also helps with medication adherence. And all of these are just so important for decreasing MCR, but most importantly, helping improve healthcare outcomes. So I'm spending time on this because I really think we need to hammer this down. Okay. Another thing is if we investigate a little deeper and look at the founder and the co-founder here, the CTO, the COO, and the CEO, these individuals, they all have, especially the first and second, they all have a heavy understanding of computer science. Okay. This person has sold a company before, so he's familiar with creating something of value and being able to sell it, just like Andrew Toy. This, this gentleman here, I like this guy. This guy's very smart. And he's part of the subsidiaries of RGTI, I think, which is part of potentially the company that we called out that 10 bagged many years ago regarding quantum computing. But again, he got his BS computer science from Tel Aviv University, wonderful, strong university in Israel, right? And we have a wonderful connection with Israel in terms of they were one of the first supporters of the Al Stock Trades platform. Before anyone knew about us, one of our very first clients was from Israel, and they believed in us when nobody did. So shout out to Israel, right? And their belief in trying to democratize financial literacy for the future of retail investors. Okay, so so there's kind of the background in regards to Twig Health, and they have a very, even this guy is a computer engineer. I mean, they all are, this is a very founder developed platform. It's not, I don't think it's like Wellbe, right? Wellbe has to contract out with AI. These have AI integrated already. They don't need a contract. So I'm going to close this to just save memory. So now let's go ahead, now that we have kind of an understanding, let's go ahead and talk about what Twig is, right? What is Twig? Let me go ahead and, yeah, you definitely raised them well. My son has 2,100 shares. Things are going to be, let's go. Grok has very interesting answers for Clove and SoFi. Try it out. Yeah, you know what you can do? Screenshot the what it says, and then put it on Twitter, and then use the $ CLOV button, and then tag me into it, and then I would love to read it. Right, definitely do that. Right, everyone in the here was wonderfully made by a God who will never let you down. And absolutely, yeah. The beautiful part about our platform is we put God first in everything we do, which is amazing. That's why I think we've done so well, I would say, right? Small tree branch. For which one? Small tree branch. There it is. I appreciate you, Nurse Cubana. And definitely not looking good for them, United Healthcare. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's I don't know, zoom in so we can see. Yeah, right. All right. So Clover's redefining care management with partners like Twig Health by offering concierge-style white-labeled outreach. Twig boosts patient engagement by 10x and care plan adherence by 4x. This is kind of their general, right? A game changer in proactive value-based care. Again, this is part of our free release. This is normally we give to the paid members. I'm just giving you a taste of how that would look like in addition to all the software and everything we offer, right? It's a lot. So the big thing here I want to highlight is for example, if a health plan wants to increase annual wellness visits or post-hospital follow-ups, Twig nurses will nudge and assist patients to schedule appointments, adhere to medications, or complete screenings. So does that sound familiar? It sounds like the Clover Assistant, doesn't it? And we will talk about AI and human emotional intelligence, right? Greater than intellectual intelligence. And it's interestingly because Twig is kind of that's their mission. In fact, Jay Crazy, part of our lifetime access, he gave us a post. Let me just kind of cut this out here. He gave us a post in regards to uh, um, what do you call it? Of he found something. He found Jay Crazy found something, and let me see if I can find what he says. So we will take a look at the Clover. This is a really cool little trick here. Clover channel. We'll look at, let's say, let's look at this user here. And I'm just going to analyze. There it is, right here. Well, this is one of the things he talked about. We'll talk about this too. So offer loyal, engaged patient additional services. We'll talk about that. PCP selection. Reduce unplanned hospitalizations while improving overall quality of care. So that saves money. This is Twig Health, right? Increase incentives, so increase star ratings, which is what Clover wants. I think with this partnership, I think Clover could go to 4.5 stars. You heard that correctly. They're 4 stars now. They're about to, I think they can go to 4.5, and if not 5 stars. And also the HEDIS, which obviously Clover's ranked number 1 in, which is incentive. I read this, which is impressive, which is incentive, right? Another thing that Jay Crazy, and he's one of the individuals that is actually an MBA. He's doing his MBA, which is impressive, right? We have a lot of really smart people in our platform. I know everyone has been talking about it, but here's a direct correlation to Vivek Gurdapelli's X post. So Vivek posted this, and he's a man that speaks with purpose. And here's Twig Health saying smart tech plus human touch is equal to relationship-based care management. That's really impressive, guys, right? Because if we live in an era of just this AI, and you know what? So there's this wonderful nurse practitioner that I've known for over 7 years. She's like the mom of the program. She's amazing, right? Oh, I guarantee you, one of the best nurse practitioners in neurosurgery in all of the United States. I guarantee you, she's in the top 10. I guarantee you that. She interviewed me, right? And she asked me a question. She said, Al, listen, so you're always referencing AI research. You're always just data. Do you, as a surgeon, you're going to be physically touching the patient. And that touch element, the humanism of medicine, cannot be removed from healthcare because it's healing, right? And I 100% agree with her, right? So when I was reading this, it reminded me of that interview because, smart tech plus human touch equals relationship-based care management. Listen, guys, in the Hippocratic Oath, which is what I took, it says that warmth and sympathy outweigh the surgeon's knife and the chemist's drug. So from all my emergency medicine, internal medicine doctors that are part of the Al Stock Trades platform, warmth and sympathy outweigh the chemist's drug. Whatever drugs that you have and the furosemides and the heart drugs and everything that you guys use, warmth and sympathy outweigh this. This is according to the Hippocratic Oath that you took, right? And to all the surgeons that watch your videos, warmth and sympathy outweigh the surgeon's knife, right? Um, and that's such a big thing, right? Because at the end of the day, there comes a time when you meet a disease that unfortunately doesn't have a cure, and warmth and sympathy will outweigh all of that, because the art of patient care is taking care of the patient. The art of patient care is taking care of the patient. That's the whole art of medicine. All the freaking books, the tens of thousands of pages that I just smashed in my brain to only realize something so obvious. That is, the art of healing is actually taking care of the damn patient. Right? I'm trying to find the art of medicine through the cellular molecular cascades, and it just daunted on me. It's much more than that, right? We use that as a tool, but it's not the end all be all. And the fact that Twig has figured this out, it's pretty freaking impressive, right? So when Vivek makes a comment, and when he goes ahead, that's why I want to share this with you guys and take some time on it, because when he makes a comment like that, this has a lot of insight, okay? Because what ends up happening is Humana, United Healthcare, we got to use AI. We'll make a chatbot, right? And they're going to make a stupid chatbot that essentially is going to be like, I'm an AI bot. What kind of help do you? How many times have you talked to AI chatbots and you're like, oh my God, I want to speak to a freaking human, right? Because you want that human touch, okay? And the fact that Vivek, they're already onto this, these incumbents are screwed, okay? All right, let's go lower. So now let's look at the second post here, okay? Page number 2. Clover is leveraging AI-powered concierge care with Twig Health to boost engagement and outcomes. AI essentially guides outreach, prioritizes high-risk patients, and optimizes workflows, letting nurses focus on care, not admin. Oh my God, do we hate admin? Admin sucks. We just want to take care of the freaking patient, right? So you got smarter tech, smarter results, lower cost, right? Because stronger results, right? And the really cool thing about this is, let's say a nurse is busy, guys, right? They're freaking, they're doing the job that doctors are in their doc box kicking it, right? And sometimes BSing. And then we have the nurses that are taking care of really got to take care of your nurses, right? That's kind of the culture I want. Again, culture starts from the top. It really does, right? So you have all these nurses that are trying to essentially, take care of these patients, and which ones are going to die first? Which ones are going to go to the hospital first? We don't know that, but this will help them figure that out, and that will decrease costs. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go lower. Number 3, CLOV is embracing next generation care management with Twig Health's AI plus human approach. Unlike competitors that rely on software only or AI chatbots. Again, I just talked about that, right? So Twig keeps nurses in the loop. They driving deeper trust, better engagement, and real-time support for high-risk patients. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the biggest things that Humana and United Healthcare and Clover got dinged on is their ability to have customer service support for their patients. This takes care of it, and it creates a closed loop system. You have the open system where the physician sits down with the patient with the Clover assistant, and now you have a closed loop system where the patient is at home. You see how it closes the loop and closes the gaps in care? This is incredible, and software is the glue, because these systems are talking to each other. They haven't done that. They should start doing that, right? And if you look at this in regards to human empathy plus AI guidance, doesn't that go back to Vivek's post? So you can see how it's all coming together, ladies and gentlemen. It is all coming together. Give me a moment. Let me just see if I can post. I'm going to close a couple of these pages here. Hold on. So I can save on memory here. Okay, so we got that. Now let's go to page 4. Okay, page 4. Again, it's all for free. Okay, cool. We want to give you a taste of kind of what our platform looks like, right? So Clove is tapping into Twig's Health's AI-driven text-based care management to boost patient engagement and reduce hospitalizations. With early success in post-discharge coordination, this partnership could drive major value to Medicare Advantage and beyond. So essentially, they're trying to get that post-discharge coordination and also reduce hospitalizations, which is expensive. Number 5, Clover is expanding its partnership with Twig, tapping into the AI-driven care management to improve patient outcomes. With a growing B2B model and a massive $30 billion market opportunity by 2030, this could be scalable, right? Because dementia and all these things, these patients don't have time to go to the doctors. Not about time. They don't have the means to drive to the doctors. So this is a big market, guys. And if you go to the East Coast, you'll see Duke and you'll see Johns Hopkins. They have these home healthcare vans. They're trying really hard. Okay. And I think Sunny Hospital in New York just signed a partnership with Twig, right? So, and again, they're trying to decrease costs, right? Because I think they almost went bankrupt, I believe, right? The hospital, right? It's really hard to run a hospital. So, Clove partner Twig Health is on a high growth trajectory, projected to scale. So, I think, again, this is speculative. I think they're a small business. And I think maybe it's $5 million revenue. There's no public data, but given kind of what I've been able to find, it's anywhere between 5 to 20 mil. And then I feel like by 2045, this could be a potential $1 billion business, right? Plus. Clove is positioned for massive growth as Medicare Advantage expands to 50 million members. With AI-driven care management via Twig Health, Clover can improve outcomes and reduce costs. If Twig scales even a small market share, it could drive hundreds of millions of revenue. And again, remember, if you go back to what's his name, if you go back to Peter's post, the CFO of Clover, he was talking about some mergers and acquisitions. I think this would probably be a good M&A, but what do I know, right? So if you look at Clover's turning the corner financially. So Q3 of 2024, revenue hit around $322.6 million, with adjusted EBITDA soaring to $19.3 million. Losses are narrowing fast and with an improving MCR of 78%. Operationally profitable is within reach. So smart execution plus AI-driven care could drive long-term growth. And I recommend guys reading this document because I'm only just brushing the surface. The document is very extensive. This is something that we already know. Back on, and let me just kind of zoom in here so we can see a little better. So, Clove is making a major comeback. The Medicare Advantage membership surged 27% to about 100K plus members in 2025. With a 4-star plan rating unlock bonus payments, which will be set in for 2026, that's very, that's impressive, right? So with an improving MCR and focus on profitability, Clover is transitioning from survival to smart, sustainable growth. Number 10, let's kind of hit the show more button. So Clove is leveraging AI-driven outreach with Twig to transform post-discharge care. So in 2024, the pilot study Twig's engagement service doubled patient follow-up rates and improving outcomes and reducing costs. As Clover scales this model, expect stronger efficiency and profitability ahead. 11, this is a big one, right? So Clove partnership with Twig is delivering big results, doubling home visit completion rates and cutting post-discharge wait times by 50%. So that's from the wait time between discharge to actually seeing someone at your house. With improved engagement, it's going to drive better outcomes. This could boost Clover's star rating and unlock higher Medicare bonus payments. Now, that's a big thing, guys. Let's compare. You have Humana that doesn't even give incentives for the insurance brokers to sign patients up. So insurance brokers are not going to they're not going to sell Humana insurance to the future potential beneficiaries. So that essentially leaves you with Clover, right? Which specifically in the areas in which they're dominating, they're giving out incentives, maybe around $300 a year per patient that they signed up and renew, which is pretty significant, right? And on top of this now, you have a Clover patient that now has, if they go to the hospital, they have a Twig nurse that is umbrellaed in the Clover platform, that then the patient will say, holy crap, I've never had this type of service before. This is like elite level service, right? So what do you think is going to happen to the patients? Are they going to, let's say, when open enrollment happens again, are they going to leave Clover to, let's say, Humana? Or are they going to stay in Clover? Of course they're going to stay in Clover, right? That's impressive. That's a sticky, sticky business. What I'm mentioning to you right now and what I'm trying to teach you now, this is called a competitive advantage, is what Warren Buffett looks for in companies. This, what I'm describing to you, is called a moat. Okay. This is a moat. Okay. Moat. Okay. So now let's go number. Oh, just very quickly. So we just activated our flash sale. $500 off. We got a lot of emails. This includes lifetime access to everything we offer. Okay. We will be increasing prices in the summer, potentially a little earlier, given that these are very expensive to run, given that you have access to a Bloomberg-like terminal at your tips of your fingers. Very quickly, someone told me, Al, can you give me, what is your mission statement? And I was like, okay, I thought about it. So here's my mission statement. Okay. And I got to work on it a little bit more, just so you guys understand kind of what I'm trying to do. So, excuse me, it's my first time, so apologize if this sounds cheesy, but I help retail investors go from confused and emotional trading to making data-driven stock market decisions using institutionally graded insights so they can maximize returns and build long-term wealth. Now, to all my lifetime members, please tell me if this is what I'm doing, right? Obviously, we're doing more than this, but I'm just trying to keep it in a sentence. So what does lifetime access include? It includes lifetime access to the educational platform that will take you from zero to hero. You will learn everything from calculating intrinsic value to understanding technical analysis, to understanding college 529 plans for your children, to IRA, like traditional Roth IRA accounts, and it is all encompassing. Okay. But what's different is we're not actually a course, kind of almost like how Andrew Toy says, we're not actually just an insurance plan, right? You guys get lifetime access to the Al Stock Trades Premium Terminal, and also the stock terminal, which includes Brain Machine, which is our own proprietary data, and also Tradealytics, which normally costs $69 a month, all included lifetime, and access to OpenBB and other softwares that normally would cost you even another like 20, 30, 40 bucks a month, right? So, there's the data part of it, right? Which is huge. Over 2.5 billion outputs of institutionally graded data. You also get lifetime access to a high net worth community with a collective with net worth of $44 million in assets. Now, of course, this is a 30% response rate, so I think it's actually more than 44 million. But I'm just going to stick to the surveys that people responded, and we'll just say 44 million. Okay. Then you also get lifetime access to exclusive research insights. There's other research I haven't shared with you, but what you're reading right now, this is part of the Research Edge insights. So you can see how deep dived and it's part of our deep dive research division, right? We have an educational division, research division, et cetera, et cetera. And then unfortunately, this is historically reserved for elite wealth management firms, but we're democratizing this. Okay. I have access to a Bloomberg terminal, right? So I got access. I got my finger on the pulse. I can't share the Bloomberg terminal because it's not I'm not licensed to, but I can learn the insights and then give it to you in my Research Edge platform, right? Because that's okay, right? So I just wanted to give kind of an example here, and I hope that, because sometimes people are like, "What is it that you do?" I hope that was helpful, because you probably have never seen a course wrapped with data. We're not how do I say this? What I'm showing you actually works. Okay, it's not like with those people out there that with whatever they're selling, this works. Okay, I'm teaching you what's changed my life, and you guys can Google who I am. I went from homeless with a shit future life to where I am now. Okay. And I'm confident this platform will help you, right? I put my reputation on it, right? All right. So now there's this. Let's go to the next one, number 12. Let me go to the comments real quick. Clover starting to spread their footprints across the United States. Absolutely. This is good, And then someone said New York. Yeah, New York. Excellent, right? Thanks, Al, for the post. Absolutely. I appreciate you guys. Again, listen. In the end, people realize this early. I'm lucky to realize it early because I started with nothing. But it doesn't matter how much money you make. It doesn't matter how much you have. It's about what you do with what you have. Right? There's a beauty in being able to serve and give back. There's a beauty to it, right? All right. Yeah, you're definitely late. What's going on, Drew? Linda, Al, your platform is worth every penny. Your extra features analysis just make it tops. Absolutely. I appreciate. Thank you for noticing. Right? It's the thing is how much value. If like you make like a donut and you're in the butt of the donut where they put in the cream. My goal is how much cream can I put in your brain, right? Just until it's enough where it doesn't explode your brain, but just enough doesn't overwhelm you. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Right. Had hip replacement surgery, checked in at 6 a.m. and checked out at 3:30 the same day. Saved BCB thousands of dollars by not staying overnight. They only allow 10-day of in-home. You see, yeah. So you guys all, and I'm sure you have, your moms and dads that are doing over 65. So you guys see this, right? I mean, this is a very clear investment, right? I've been playing with the new terminal, and it is amazing, Al. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Drew. I appreciate you. God bless you, and thank you for that shout out of the book, man. I really appreciate you. The sentiment and quant flow terminal data is so sick. Yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna go show it in right now. Oh yeah. I love that. I love it a lot, and we're gonna refine it and make it even better, right? Yeah. The home therapy was good for me getting back to my feet on my feet. There it is, right? And you could see where Clover's invested in. So I mean, we're guys. We're on to something here. And it's so cool that our group is so small that we're like talking. And I feel like we're like, what I feel like right now? Because I'm in this this room here that I'm in is supposed to be a living room, right? But I said, I don't need a freaking couch. I don't need a living room. I'm living right now, right? I feel like, those people that like create like a big company in their garage or something like that. I feel like all of us right now that are watching, I feel like we're on to something. Like, don't you feel it? You feel it, don't you? Right? We're on to something. Okay. All right. So number 12, CLOV partnership with Twig Health isn't just improving care. It's a financial game changer by enhancing star ratings and optimizing risk adjustment and reducing readmission, right? Which is, read again, let me define, because, these words, I've been using these words for over 10 years. So I have to define. Readmission is when the patient has to go back to the hospital. That's a no-no. We don't want that. That means we failed as healthcare providers. So this is trying to reduce that because it's expensive, guys. This ain't no stay at the Motel 6. This is a very expensive stay, and the food there sucks, right? So they're not known for their food, right? So Clover could unlock $65 million in annual bonuses and tens of millions in added revenue. So this is a win-win for both patients and profits, which isn't that where we're all about? Isn't that what we're all about, right? Putting God first in everything we do, making money in a very ethical, appropriate manner, right? Where both the patient wins and the shareholders win. And altogether, the system wins as a whole, which is why I need to devise a letter for the Department of Government Efficiency so they can see the research I'm putting it together, so they can see the value of this company, okay? So here's number 13. CLOV partnership with Twig Health is and they already know about it. They know about it, but it's good to kind of bring it out there, right? So CLOV partnership with Twig Health is a financial and operational win. Let me just show more. Fewer readmissions, better chronic care, and improved engagement could cut costs by more than $40 million annually. While, again, that's all going to go to free cash flow, guys. And what happens to free cash flow? That goes into the intrinsic value calculation, which goes 10 years into the future, discounts back at a 10 to 15% discount rate divided by the number of outstanding shares using a 2 to 3% perpetuity model, which gives you your price target, right? It's impressive, right? So this annually, while boosting retention, because then patients are want to stay, and also star ratings, which we could potentially go from 4 to 4.5 stars. And that's all in this page, I believe. So by 2030, this could drive sustainable profitability and membership growth. I recommend reading all these documents, right? Because I spent some time writing this. Here's 14. CLOV partnership with Twig could redefine preventative care over the next 10 to 20 years. By 2035, AI-driven engagement could drive MA growth past $5 billion. By 2045, Clover may not just be an insurer, but a leader in selling AI-powered care management to the entire industry. Okay, to the entire industry. Now, if you think that these words are very bombastic, if you think these words are very grandiose, almost like a diagnosis of, let's say, bipolar, then I'm going to show you a Twitter post of Vivek, the CEO, a former CEO of Clover Health, by our great friend, Market Cap. Shout out to this gentleman. Please follow him. I like him a lot. He does amazing things. Sorry for not liking your post. Here's one of my favorite quotes. This is from Vivek. So you can see I am not bullshitting you. This is a quote from Vivek. If you Google it, you'll be able to find it's like in the Median article he wrote. It says, okay, in 10 years, I think he wrote this in 2023, right? In 10 years, I strongly believe that it is possible for Clover to have made the biggest positive impact in healthcare. Well, we're our stock trades, so we're going to focus on the market cap now, while simultaneously accruing the largest market value in healthcare in excess of any healthcare company that exists today. Guys, any healthcare company, they're talking about United Healthcare, guys. Centene, Cigna, Humana, Blue Cross Blue Shield. I mean, this is a huge, okay? So when I make a comment, or when I tell you this, I'm not kidding. Okay? These are not my words. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just doing due diligence. And I'm sharing the due diligence with all of you, right? So CLOV, partnership with Twig Health, is a game changer, boosting outcomes, lowering costs, and driving long-term profitability. By integrating Twig's patient outreach with Clover Assistant's AI-driven provider support, Clover is building a closed-loop care system. Not even Mayo Clinic has a closed-loop care system. You understand what I'm telling you? I've been at Mayo, right? That could redefine open network healthcare. This is incredible. Okay. All right. Now, 16. CLOV is playing the long game with Twig Health, leveraging AI-driven engagement to cut costs, improving care, and tap into an $11.8 billion Medicare quality bonus pool. We never talked about that, did we? Right? With MA enrollment growing and early results proving the model, the partnership could be a blueprint for profitable, tech-driven healthcare. And again, here's my mission regarding what I do, right? I like to take people from zero to hero. And I hope that now, given all the videos that we have on YouTube, we've been a business for 4 years. We're about to almost go on our 5th year of business, right? We've been into business for 4 years. We're not going anywhere, right? I hope that now we're starting to show the world that there is a way out of the matrix, out of the 9-to-5 job. There's a way of looking at the stock market of how the billionaires look at it, and there's a way out of hell. Okay. So very quickly, if you don't recall, I'm going to cut this right now to cut it because of the save memory. This is called stage analysis. And when stocks go from stage 1 to stage 2, we're going to go to the moon. Our platform is able to search stocks that have done that. And Clover's ranked in the top, 20. This is 13 here, top 20. Okay. And this is all part of the stock terminal. I give you a list of literally 3,000 stocks in addition to institutional ownership scores that are automatically done. Right. So this is all part of the Al Stock Trades platform. So definitely take advantage. Very quickly for market related insights, let me take a sip of the coffee. Yes, we are into something at Sunday Church. Absolutely. Hey, it's here it is. Mark 11:24 says, "Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." I want to add to that. He said, Denzel Washington said, "Anything good is God's proof to you, sent beforehand to indicate that it's yours already." Right. So I had a vision. Let me tell you something, okay? COVID was rampaging. People lost their jobs. I had people from all over Arizona wanting food because they couldn't afford food because they lost their jobs. And the government had this saying, "Help is on the way. Help is on the way." And they're like fighting and passing the bills. And under the bills, they were writing all these agendas to pay their freaking lobbyists, right? While the American people were starving. I was out there distributing millions of pounds of fresh produce to the homeless women, men, and children, and the whole Arizona community. It was nice. It got me 40 under 40 most influential. Great, right? Great and all. But once the interest rates dropped in 2020 in March, I looked at myself and I was like, God damn it. Stocks are going to go flying and real estate's going to go flying. Because I've seen this happen before in 2008. And it happened. And then I realized that the FOMC members, Jerome Powell ended up firing them. But they made millions of dollars off of the backs of the American people because they knew they were going to drop interest rates. So they bought a bunch of stocks that fell. If you remember that check mark recovery. So in my heart, I said, you know what? I need to do something about this. I need to teach people about the stock market. So then I go to Mayo Clinic and whatnot, and all of a sudden I'm eating and I have YouTube in front of me. I see all these videos pop up about stocks and this, and I'm looking at these children that are talking about stocks, and they don't know shit about what they're talking about. And I'm like, I got to do something. I got to show these people what I figured out, right, about intrinsic value. No one was talking about intrinsic value. And I was like, I got to show people this, right? So in my heart, because it was pure, I said, I want to build something that is able to service these people and allow this license of lifetime to get transferred to their children. And that's what we have now. We have people teaching their children. We have literally a 14-year-old, 12-year-old asking their family about earnings this week for Clover. You know how much that makes me feel, right? So that's good, right? So that's what we're building, right? So it goes back to what 1124 says, right? So a Clove, right? Will Clove move to markets other than Medicare Advantage? That's tough. That's as of right now. I don't have that data. I don't know. If I don't know, I'll tell you I don't know. I don't bullshit. I don't know, right? Bro, thank God you did that. It changed my life. And it's funny because aren't you in New York? Isn't it funny how the world works? Like, holy shit. It's like, it's just something. Yeah, that's really something. It's impressive. Tar Heel Blue, right? So, yep, New York, exactly, man. Holy shit, man. That's far away from Arizona. Isn't that crazy? God bless America and God bless the internet, right? So, okay. All right. So, let me just, I was going to tell you this here. So the Federal Reserve Bank of Philadelphia shows that business conditions are positive. They were like negative over the past 2 years, which is kind of weird because We were supposed to be in a recession when it's usually negative, but somehow we avoided the recession. So I want to give props to Jerome Powell. He doesn't take a lot of credit, but it just turned positive, meaning the bull market is intact. When we look at the stock market, there's only two top performers, Meta and Nvidia, and are consistently beating the S&P. Definitely Meta. This suggests that the market is broadening, and this is good for us because we are part of the broadening market where money is going to start flowing into us, which is why we're starting to see from our institutional ownership graphs, part of the Premium Health Stock Trades platform, we're starting to see it, go up, right? Also, it's worth noting that the S&P 500 is reaching record highs, even when the investor AA2 sentiment survey showed extreme bearish, pessimism, which is kind of weird. The last time we've seen this, it only happened less than a dozen times, and we had returns over 15%, which means that there's a high probability that this year the S&P 500 is going to be over 10%, which is a pretty damn good deal, right? Especially having kind of 2 years back-to-back 20% gains. Another thing that we always talked about, but we haven't mentioned in a while, is that we got $7 trillion of money sitting on the sidelines in money market funds. Guys, that money, where do you think is going to go? Especially when interest rates are going to cut. The Federal Reserve expectation when the market is regarding cuts went up to 2. So we're expecting 2 rate cuts. And especially if Elon and Trump start firing a bunch of government workers, there's a lot of government workers. If they start doing that, what do you think is going to happen ultimately to the rate cut situation? The probability of a rate cut is going to go up, right? Because they're trying to stimulate the economy. So there's that. We talked about stage analysis. We talked about this. We talked about this. So now let's go ahead and let's talk about quantum charts. Okay. So give me a moment. Let me just breathe a little bit. Let me just, it's been 54 minutes. Well, that's a lot of talking. Holy moly. I'm out of, I have other things to do outside of YouTube, research and all these things, medicine. So I'm not used to talking for 54 minutes straight, guys. That's a lot. So give me a second. Let me just take a break a little bit. Let me go on my phone, check my email. Take a little mental break here. Whew. Kind of rest my throat a little bit here. All right. Okay. I'm ready. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's talk about Clover here. Okay, so let's open up Clove. This is our quantum chart. Okay. If we do institutional ownership real quick, you could see institutional ownership just updated again. We have 193 investors now in Clover, the highest I've ever seen it been. I mean, this is incredible. Okay. This is all part of the Premium Health Stock Trades platform, lifetime access, right? We got across to the bullish part of number of Clove shares. This crossed, ownership crossed, new positions crossed, increased positions. People are increasing their positions. That crossed. This is close positions. That's good. It's one down. This is here. So I would say based off of, this is put the call ratio is 0.44. Remember, less than 1 is bullish. So I would say we're at a score based off of this. We're at a TTM score, a trailing 12-month score of 8-1. 8-1, but it's not going to show that. It's going to show it lower because it takes the collective average because we don't want to be emotional. So it's 6-3 now, right? For the institutional scoring system. Okay. And the way I calculate that is it's technically a lot more bullish than it's leading on, but I would rather it be, a little bit more conservative, right? So 6-3 overall bullish, that's pretty damn good, right? It's going to continuously get better as we track onwards, and you'll see it, right? You'll see it. Okay. I think Shant was asking this question, which was a very good question. So let's go ahead and do support and resistance on the minute chart. So we got around, we're trading right on that pink line, which is the $4.41 support line here, resistance line, whatever you want to call it. If you want to go ahead and remove this, put a Fibonacci, this is kind of what it looks like. If you do a Monte Carlo on it, you can see the bull case is around $4.51 on the minute chart. In fact, let's just do a Monte Carlo on all time frames. Let's just do a Monte Carlo on all. What that does is it shows you the timeline here of the Monte Carlos, and you can see the bull case for the minute is $4.51. The bull case for the hour is $5.25. The bull case for the daily is $8.39, and the weekly bull case is $10.32 with an all-time bull case of $7.97. So for folks to understand, you see these little squiggly lines? This makes and shoots out 25,000 simulations, and it runs 25,000 of these to basically create a probabilistic outcome of where the future could be. And the thing is, if you were to view these 25 outcomes, your computer can't handle it, right? I haven't met one person in which their computers were able to show it. They will explode, right? They can't handle it. I've heard from lifetime access members that this function actually turns on their computer fan, which is for me a compliment, right? Right? It's crazy stuff, guys. And obviously you have Mr. Craig with his analyst price target of $6, which we're slowly approaching. In fact, if we were to go to all-time high and apply analyst price target, you could see we're slowly approaching it, right? And once we break out of that $5 range, we're slowly approaching that $6 price target. We're not that far from it. A long time ago here, you were looking at me like I was crazy. But guys, it's right here, right? Let's look at the advanced technical analysis, all looking at our AI engines. We're a 3-2 score with the downtrend on the minute to an hour, but not to worry, ladies and gentlemen. That's just because the whole market was down, right? And I think it's just going to be another buy to dip opportunity. You go ahead, look at Humana, look at this drop. You go and do an analysis score on Humana. The advanced technical analysis shows 3-2. And I think that's going to soon change. I mean, you see this drop, right? You look at the analyst price targets here, and you can see the analyst price targets are right around this area, kind of bunched up. So we'll see. And I think potentially there could be artificially increased or sustained. So let's go ahead now. These are the financial tables and metrics. Again, all part of the Lifetime Access platform. You go ahead and type in Clover. And I want to just pay attention to this. On the fiscal year, it still shows negative free cash flow. That's because it was negative free cash flow for 2023. But if you go to quarterly and you go to Q1 of 2024, Q2 of 2024, and Q3 of 2024, as soon as Clover releases their SEC 8K, what's going to end up happening, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to get, hopefully, an updated free cash flow. And you can see the free cash flow for Q1, Q2, and Q3 were sustainably positive, which is amazing, right? So all I'm waiting for now is for Q4 to be positive, or maybe artificially be positive because of those buybacks, right? Which most likely they probably were buying back the stock when it was dipping at around the $3 region, right? Maybe $3 to $3.50. We'll see, right? Time will tell the truth, right? But if this is the case and it finally goes to free cash flow positivity, then that's actually great. Now, obviously, for net income, we did have that one quarter of positive 7.41 million of net income. But again, guys, I think this is a bullshit net income. I think it's not real because they did a share buyback, right, which artificially increased the 7.41 million. This is an artificial bump. This is not a sustained bump, which you can go deeper into the CFQ data that we have on Brain Machine, which I've talked about before. So we're still not there yet, right? But we're getting there, okay? This is our price target software. Now, of course, if you go ahead and type in Clover and more specifically adjust it to where it's 27% growth rate with 118 million of free cash flow, and if we update projections, this is a 27% growth. Well, actually, right now they're technically 9.33%. So if you were to look at the stock price of where Clover is now, The base case is 374 and the bull case is 510. So we're trading in between the base case and bull case. Now, if, for example, they were to grow 27% and it's a positive sustained growth to where they're actually free cash flow positive, and if you do 27%, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get a base case of $12.56 to a bull case of $18.28. Now, let's assume and let's take half of 27%. And let's say Wall Street says, okay, I don't know if the MCRs are going to continuously be 18%. So if we take 27 divided by, and this will be very important earnings because for the first time ever, they've increased it to 27%. So I think Wall Street's going to be salivating at this. But this is 13.5%. Let's say if we cut the growth percent by 13.5%, then I think Wall Street will instantaneously jump the price of Clover from a base case of $4.97 to a bull case of $6.92. And what's going to end up happening is I guarantee you that we're going to be above $5 soon. Again, it's not financial advice. I'm just saying I'm putting my money on it. And I'm conservative, right? Unless it's a crazy smoke show and it's terrible earnings, then obviously, right? But I obviously I can't guarantee stuff, but I'm just saying based off I run my life on this intrinsic value. This intrinsic value has changed my life, which is why I'm surfacing it to all of you guys in our software, right? People used to laugh at us when I used to call it a software. I'm like, dude, like you don't even know my vision, right? And now you guys are seeing it, right? So so that's like them cutting a 50% cutoff on the growth rate, meaning that they're just assuming it'll take a year for them, the MCR, to go from, let's say, 90 to 80%. But if Clover can control cost immediately, and I think they can, then imagine we could potentially see Clover prices anywhere between $12.56 to a bull case of $18.28. But it kind of makes sense, though, the 13.5%. It goes back to Craig Holland's price target of $6, which is in between the $6.92 and $4.97. So you're starting to see how the numbers are starting to fit, how now you have the power of setting your own price target in any stock you want. And the cool part is we put in Clover and it automatically brought in the shares outstanding. You don't have to type that in anymore. It automatically pulls it up. You don't even have to calculate the percent upside because it automatically pulls the stock price. This is the power of our, platform, right? The power of it, right? So there it is. So now let's go ahead and go to Quantum Flow and Quantum Flow, and let's open up Quantum Flow. And now let me just take a quick second and let's go to the chat. But very quickly for folks, I should not do that. It slows it down. Okay. For folks, we are having our flash sale coupon code, take $500 off for all the people that emailed me. Here it is. Instead of making any exceptions or anything, we're just going to open it up for everybody because it's not fair, right? And this is one of the few opportunities people are going to have to actually join this platform of winners, a platform that works. Now you could go ahead and join our platform, or you can go ahead and pay $2,500 a month and get a Bloomberg terminal. That's closed loop, not us, which is open loop to $44 million of net worth of individuals that put God first in everything they do. Okay. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and do the chat. It does. I laugh every time that fan starts roaring when running the Monte Carlo. Exactly, right? And that's the power of all stock trade. The fan is like, damn, what are you running up there, right? Right? Because we're putting the computational analog on your computer. Because if I put it on Chrome, then the browser would stop working. The browser can't handle it, right? Good news. I hope the market holds up this week. Absolutely, right? Very excited. So let's go ahead now. And this is the Quant Flow. And what this does is it gives you kind of coloring codes of when there's buying pressure and selling pressure, which is pretty impressive. Now let's go ahead and clean this up here. We'll see. So it seems Clover dropped, and it seems as it seems as we're opening up higher. So we should open up higher on Monday, given the Quant Flow system was pretty damn blue in the end of it. So we'll see what happens, right? On the 1 month side, let's zoom out. On the 1 month side, we still we dropped a little lower here, which is pretty bearish, which is why this is red. So we'll see if we're able to recover. On the 3 month side, we are dropping below. But that could be an RSI reset. We'll see. On the 6 month, we dropped below the blue line, so we're in kind of the health territory. But if you look at the minute chart, we dropped below, but now we're slowly trying to climb back up. But we'll see kind of what happens right now. But we are losing steam, right? So we'll see. On the 1 year chart, you can see how it became very negative. The Al Stock Trades proprietary quant flow. And we're slowly becoming less negative to hopefully bouncing in an inflection point to become positive. Now, if you go to the daily real quick, you can see how it's very negative and it's slowly becoming less negative. And you can see the blue line here started taking over right around here. And that was when the buying pressure started coming in. And that's when hedge funds started to come in. And you can see that was around 60 cents, right? Now, very quickly, so you can understand, why do I want this to be less negative to become an inflection point? Well, Palantir was a stock that was dropping, if you don't recall. You see how Palantir was this is Palantir, right? Palantir. You see how it was very negative, and all of a sudden there was an inflection point. And as soon as it became an inflection point, the stock literally inflected. It inflected here. Sorry. It inflected right here, and it inflected at a price of around, $10. And then it inflected upwards, and it pretty much 10x'd, right? So you could see the power of the quant flow system. Okay. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the sentiment analysis. So here's a sentiment analysis. If we go ahead and type in Clover, we were very negative here back on May of 2024 in April. And that was when the stock price was actually 60 cents. So you could see it was very bearish. But now we're very bullish. In fact, if you look at the overall total, we've never had scores like this. It's even higher than the short squeeze of 2021. You run the machine learning analysis right now on this whole part of these stock trades, Al Stock Trades Premium Terminal Lifetime Access, which is unheard of, right? It shows you mildly bullish. Now, interestingly, if you type in Humana, you can see Humana is very negative, and it's been negative throughout all of 2024. And now recently, and this is analyzing 828 articles. Instantaneously, it analyzes 828 articles, and that's pretty powerful. And you have that in your fingertips. You can see all the articles here. You can read them. And our system assigns a score and reads it, and our AI models go ahead and read it and use large language processing, which you have access to, and it gives us a sophisticated graph so you know kind of what the market's looking at. And the market's pretty bearish right now, slowly recovering for Humana. Yeah. Now, if you look at United Healthcare, you can see United Healthcare has been dipping recently, and that's because of Bill Ackman, right? And you could go ahead and we can go lower here, and we could say reminds investors of an investigation involving security fraud by United Healthcare Group. There's another one. Law firm, shareholder losses. Now the law firms, you know how they say class action lawsuit. You got all these things that are happening right now from Humana. All these are bearish things, and these lawyers are nasty. I tell you, these lawyers like when the stock drops. They're hungry, and they don't really help people. See, you may be affected by fraud. I mean, these are all of these. United Healthcare, Medicare Advantage bombshell exposed $93 billion in government waste. Look at this. Will Musk and Trump dare to take it on? You see how our AI models takes this. I mean, are you here? Let me show you. I think I lost it. It was somewhere in here. There's like, how many articles are there? There's like not that many articles. 3 months. You see, stock drops as feds reportedly probe its Medicare billing. I'm sure Bill Ackman's on here somewhere. So you can see how our system automatically runs. And if you run machine learning analysis on it, it'll probably say, yeah, it says mildly bearish. So you can see how powerful this platform is. So cool, right? And you can put little light show. It shows it is, it's so cool. It's like the heartbeat. It's like my heartbeat, right? I'm such a nerd, right? Yeah, I have no life. Yeah. And obviously there's progression analysis. So if we can go ahead and run it for Clover, we put in Clover right now, and let's say we put this is a 17% growth rate. Let's put a 27% growth rate based on this trajectory. This is where Clover is going to go in 10 years. Yeah, that's $65. You got that right. So I'm very excited. Okay. Right. Very excited. But yeah, guys. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And like I told you, this was a signal. This was a signal, guys. We are ready to do that U shape. We're ready to go to the moon. Right. Let me go here. Yeah, that's it. So that's pretty much it, guys. That's all I have for you. We went ahead and talked about Twig Health. We went ahead and did a market analysis outlook. Showed you guys the new and improved stock terminal. We showed you a free deep dive. There's deep dives free on Twitter for SoFi. I'm going to make a SoFi video. There's deep dives. There's a 40-page deep dive on Tesla. And we're about to put a deep dive on HIMS, and we're going to put a deep dive on Palantir, right? And the goal is to show you guys that not only are we an educational course platform, we are a financial data platform, software tech company, right? And we are an equity educational analysis platform that gives my outlook on the stock market, right? So that's pretty impressive. And in terms of earnings, oh shoot, it's Thursday. Damn, you're right. It's Thursday. Do we know what time? I think it's 5, right? Normally it's hold on. You know what time it is on? Is it 5? 5 p.m.? So 5 p.m. Ah, shit. Damn it. So 5 minus 2 is 3 p.m. I set up a meeting at 3. Hold on. You're very welcome. Is it possible if we meet at noon? My apologies for changing it up. I realize I have to schedule something at 3. My apologies. My schedule is pretty hectic. Or in the morning, whatever you like. Okay, I'm gonna try to open that up for you guys. Okay, sorry about that. Right? Sorry. All right, so thank you. I just because I'm in Arizona because I take 5 minus 2, because it's 2 hours right now. Oh, you're the best. I appreciate you, Drew. Yeah, I try my best. I try my best. I just literally sent the text message all live, right? You think Clove will be affected by Elon's Doge shenanigans? Well, I think it'll help because, listen, guys, okay. I think personally, meetings are made to be changed, right? I think personally, ladies and gentlemen, I think Clover is only to benefit Elon's shenanigans because Clover's about reducing waste and saving money. And I personally thought, and I made a mistake, I thought Trump would be for the incumbents. Little did I know, ladies and gentlemen, that he would actually have a DOJ sue United Healthcare, or not sue, investigate. That's pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy. So, I thought Kamala would be more like that. But now I'm seeing that's happening, and now Wall Street's seeing that's happening. So now everyone's like, whoa, healthcare, we got to step back. But I think we're going to see more investments from institutions into Clover. So this is very good. This is very, very winning. And the cool part is I used the earnings that was next week, Thursday, to do a weekly options cash secured put to take advantage of the implied volatility to squeeze the people that are gambling, that are buying options. I'm selling them options, and I'm essentially making a killing. So then I'll essentially get what I'm getting right now is equivalent to about 2 months worth of, maybe 2 months worth of options premium in 1 week. And then after that happens, I'm going to do a 1 month option premium that is, so it's like I'm double dipping. I'm I'm getting paid in like, I'm getting paid twice. And it's crazy, right? For the people that are in our lifetime access package, you guys understand in the options analysis section, you guys know what I'm talking about. We are double dipping right now. It's beautiful, right? So it's great. So no. So there's something called FU money supply. I have large stockpiles that I'm not touching, and I have the FU side. The FU side, I'm doing cash secured puts, right? Cover calls, no, right? Cash secured puts. And then potentially, on the FU side, I may do covered calls at 550 or whatever, right? Just to give you kind of an example. It's all part of the options analysis package, which is part of the lifetime access package. So you can see that there's just so much value here. Like, we offer so much that it's more than 10 things. It's hard to list them all in a video. It would probably take me 30 minutes to just explain what we have. It's like people that go to military or medical school. No one understands it until you go through it. No one understands how much value we have until they sign up for lifetime access, and until they get in and they see everything, and they're like, what the think about it. I'm releasing hundreds of pages for free, 700 videos for free, and they're good quality videos in terms of the analysis. How do you think the paid version is going to look like? Right? It's common sense, right? Okay. How much is that? So our lifetime access, and actually, I want to show you something real cool. I worked on this, I get excited. I'm a nerd, so let me show you something. This is definitely going to slow my computer because I don't know what the hell is going on with my computer. So I'm just going to push this like this. Whoa, it's not even working. Okay. Yeah. We'll go like this. And then I'm going to remove this. I'm just let me clean up my let me clean up my browser. I'm just going to remove the stock terminals here. It's just a slow, because my computer is slow right now. I got to just remove this here. Cuz when you don't restart your computer, it like slows down. Yeah. So watch this. Are you ready for this? This is so cool. Okay, ready? You go to alstocktrades.com. Look. Wait, what? What's this? Wait, hold on. Oh, yeah, like this. Ready? Whoa. Welcome to Al Stock Trades, the most advanced stock terminal for retail investors. Oh, isn't that cool? I don't know. I like shit like that. I don't know. I'm very happy, right? I'm a nerd, right? So let's do it again. Let's do it again. Oh, so cool. Okay, sorry. All right, so the prices are so this is just the Discord, which has the stock terminal access, which is the Discord bots that we have that pull data from various sources. Lifetime access includes this, plus the this is the advanced stock terminal. We'll update it here, but so it's $3,000. And if you use one-time payment, we have a firm too for our America. Oh yeah, you saw that transition. Let me do it again. Right? Unlock the full arsenal. That's so cool. I should have it say something like unlock the full arsenal or something like that, right? Or like smash the like button. So if you go here, guys, and if you go to and you hit flash here. Oh, got it. Accept cookies. If you hit flash, just make sure you do that so you get $500 off, right? So you do this, you get $500 off. Okay. So take advantage of that. So that's how much it costs, Stefan. But my favorite part is is this. Oh, I did it too many times. The computer is like, what the hell's going on? Okay, so there it is. Uh, I made. Oh, there it is. There it is. I appreciate you, Master the Chin. I made 1.5K, so about $1,500 in premium, or around 10% on cash secured puts. That's sick. And guess what? What do you think is going to happen when the stock is going to be $30, $40? What do you think is going to happen? Imagine. Let's play this game right now. Oh, I love this game. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, you guys, I cannot wait. This is going to be so fun. So let's say the stock price will be $40, right? Which is still lower than Humana's market cap right now at its depreciated $30 billion level. $40 stock price is around $20 billion market cap. On average, let's say you have 200,000 shares, you'd have about $8 million, okay? Now imagine during earnings, in just 1 week, you do 10% of that. You'll make, are you ready for this? You'll make $800,000 in 1 week. 800K. You can buy 2, 4, 6. You can buy 4 Lamborghinis. You can buy 4. One for every corner of the house. Every corner, right? Right? That is powerful. That is powerful. Just wait, my friends. Just wait. And then if Clover does go back to what Vivek was saying regarding the largest market cap, oh my God. Holy crap. Just imagine, let's say it becomes, $150 stock. In fact, Andrew said $150 billion market cap, which is $300 stock price. Just imagine $300 stock price. And let's say 2%. That's $60 million. All right. 2% per month. Guys, that's 1.2 million a year. 1.2 million. Now, if you really want to go crazy and you want to go and do 10% of that, that's 6 million in 1 week. You understand why the lifetime package is going to be over 10 grand? Because you're getting access to a group of people. Like right now we have about $44 million of net worth, right? And what do you think is going to happen when the stock price goes up? Think about it, right? We're going to have people that have over $1 billion. We're going to have a collective $1 billion net worth as a community, right? And that's freaking crazy. That's freaking crazy, right? Like I'm pinching my. It's what happens when you put God first, right? It's gonna be lit, right? And when we go to Vegas, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get some top notch. We're gonna get some Elon Musk style security. You know what I mean? We're gonna have a fun freaking time, right? So when you go see Chamath, when you go to the All In, purchasing that VIP password or whatever, you're gonna go to Chamath's face and you're gonna be like, you're gonna go like this to Chamath. You're gonna go like, I'm the captain now, right? He's gonna look at you like so annoyed, right? So I'm so excited. Okay, so this is very exciting. Okay, now shout out to all of you guys. This is very interesting. So we got about 308 people watching right now. About 67 are coming from YouTube, and about 241 are coming from X. I'm finding that there's been an increase in the amount of people coming from X. And I think that this is an indicator that needs to be discussed. And I think that overall, as this increases upwards, it's going to be directly proportional. It's, I have my computer program coding side of my brain activated. It's almost like the sentiment indicator I created for you. So it could happen, right? I have so many wheels running, right? Can you please do the Kermit skit before signing up? What's that? What's the Kermit skit? What is that? Is that the? Oh, you know what? I think I know what you mean. I think. Hell yeah, bro! I got that wheel spinning. CCs and CSPs printing that money. Let's go, baby. Right? Let's go. Right? Right? You never knew a formerly homeless man can teach you something about little wheels, right? It's all about the shopping carts, right? I'm a master. Right? You should be proud, man. I'm proud of you and what we have. I love our group so much. I mean, yeah, I mean, people purchase lifetime access just to be part of the group. Guys, use the damn terminal. Take advantage of it. You're like leaving money on the table. Okay. Right. Okay. So the Kermit the Frog, when he tells the boss to, I can't do it in a suit, guys. I can't do it in a suit. You want me to do it in a suit? Watch your mouth, though. Watch your mouth, mister. Yeah. Well, okay. I gotta find you a video. I owe my life to Al. No, you owe your life to God, right? I'm just allowing God to use me as a tool to build his kingdom. I stole this word from a pastor and I freaking love it, right? That's what I'm doing, right? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Remember the video we made a while ago? Hold on. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Oh God, look at all the research we posted here. Look at this. I'm trying to look at media. Look at all that. Holy moly. Woo! That's a lot of research. Okay, hold on. There's Tremont looking at me. I'm the captain now, boy. Let's see. Yeah, shout out to Miami. There's a video. Oh my God, here it is. Remember I told you about the institutional scoring system for Clover Health when I said that institutions now are buying up, and we just crossed the bullish score. Let's go ahead and let me show you this. Okay, let me go ahead and show you this. Share the screen and let's share the audio version of this. And let's go ahead and increase this. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to make sure. Yeah, all right, let's play.
You know, it starts off with one. Clover Health just announced 100,000 lives. Holy crap, they're free cash flow positive. What? What's going on? Oh my God, we need to buy the stock right now or we're all going to die, right? That's what's happening right now. Okay, this is called cartoon analysis, right? You know, it starts off with one. Clover Health just announced 100,000 lives. Holy crap, they're free cash flow positive. What? What's going on? Oh my God, we need to buy the stock right now or we're all going to die, right? That's what's happening right now. Okay, this is called cartoon analysis, right?
And there's your cartoon analysis, right? So there it is here. Hell yeah. Going to be making some okay. Oh yeah, yes. The merch gear. Oh, that's I can't wear the wear. Yeah, that's a nice sweater, man. That's really nice, right? Cartoon analysis, absolutely. Well, guys, you see how powerful we are when we work together. You see, this is America forgot this, right? Whole Democrat, Republican, all that bullshit. You know how strong we are when we put aside our political differences and we actually come together to work on something. We have both. We have hardcore Democrats in our group. We have hardcore Republicans. Like we even have the most hardest core Republican is not even from the United States. He's from excuse my language. He's from freaking UK. The hardest Republican in our group is from the United Kingdom, right? And I laugh at that. I'm like, holy crap, man. God damn, right? You know, and we have people coming together, right? And working together to unburden of what has been or whatever that thing is. I don't even remember it anymore. I haven't heard it in a while, right? So this is the power of our platform, right? And let's see here. I want an Al Stock Trade Sport Corp. The lining will have a green rain. Oh yeah, with the Matrix, right? All right, guys, I'm very excited for everything that we've accomplished. We've accomplished a lot together, and that just shows you the power when you put God first. It shows you the power when we all work together, when we set aside our differences, we actually embrace our differences, because our differences are what makes us perfect, in my opinion, right? We have people from all walks of life. We have people that are trans. We have people that are heterosexual, homosexual. We have people that are black, white, Asian. We have it all on our platform, and it's really beautiful of what we've created together. And it's really magnificent, right? Because we all have an obligation to one another to be able to teach this so that what people make on Wall Street, we can actually give to Main Street. And congratulations to all the dads in our platform that have been teaching your children this information. It would have been an honor and a privilege to have you as a father, right? So God bless you all. And yeah, let's make that money, right? So let's go and do that, right? Al, my wife is begging me to ask you about thinking about using TikTok for lives. We can reach more Gen Zers who can really change the course of their lives. Something that, yeah, I mean, for some reason, I will reach out to the streaming software that I'm using, and if it can automatically send it to TikTok, then I am not against it, right? That's it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, no, absolutely, right? Oh yeah. I think as we hold it for so long, in a way, we prevented the reverse split. I know, right? Imagine, right? What happens? Someone comments, what about the reverse stock split, right? No, all right, guys. I'm really excited. We did this together. That's the most important part of this, right? It shows you the power of community, right? If it wasn't for the Tucson community, I wouldn't have the power to be able to have the. It's all about love and support, right? So I mean, it's it's all encompassing, right? God bless you guys, and I will see you on the next one.
Albert Allen's got the secrets in his hand. Retail heroes taking over this land. Trading stocks with a master plan. Fortunes rising on the Clover brand. Numbers rolling, deals never stop. Bulls are charging, markets gonna pop. Albert's wisdom higher than the top. With Clover Health, we'll hit the jackpot. Fortune calls, Albert leads the way. Retail winners here to seize the day. Clover's Health, dollars gonna sway. In this game, no more bills to pay. Through the highs and lows, we stay strong. Albert's voice guiding us all along. Clover's growth, we're playing like a song. Investing right, never going wrong. Stocks are climbing, reaching for the skies. Albert's insights cutting through the lies. Retail dreams standing tall, they rise. In this world of trades, we're the prize. Fortune calls, Albert leads the way. Retail winners here to seize the day. Clover's Health, dollars gonna sway. In this game, no more bills to pay. Through the highs and lows, we stay strong. Albert's voice guiding us all along. Clover's growth, we're playing like a song. Investing right, never going wrong.